So I'm gonna do a video today about a monitor arm, mostly because I'm kind of curious as to whether or not I overspent on this. I got this on Amazon. It was I think it was $110. It's actually pretty pricey, but I've used a lot of cheap monitor arms, and I'll tell you, with monitors getting like heavier and heavier, it's starting to become a problem with some of the especially with OLED monitors. OLED monitors can actually be kind of heavy. So we're just gonna kind of unbox this today. We're gonna put it together. We're gonna test the weight of it with the Elite panel right here. This is the 32-inch 4K Elite panel from ViewSonic. We've got 3 of them, as you can see, because these are on our test benches. But I want to be able to get these up off the table so that as we're preparing to do our like new testing and stuff, we have more space on the table without the monitor stand. So let's find out whether or not I overspent by about 100%. iBuyPower PCs deliver top performance to anyone looking for an all-new system to enhance their gaming experience. All iBuyPower computers are built with quality components featuring the latest CPUs and GPUs from the top manufacturers in the market. Their PCs are also backed by an industry-leading warranty, offering 3 years of labor and 2 years of parts for comprehensive post-purchase support, so you can rest assured that your iBuyPower system is always ready to game when you are. To see the latest deals to apply towards the purchase of your new system, visit the iBuyPower gaming deals at the link in the description below. Okay, so again, let's go ahead and confirm the price. I'll put a link to it down in the description. Again, this was an Amazon purchase. I got it overnight. It was actually really fast. Let's see. So it is the VIVO Premium Aluminum Heavy Duty Arm for ultra-wide screens up to 49 inches and 33 pounds. Single wall mount and pneumatic height, max VESA 100 by 100 black, whatever. So yeah, it was $109.99. They also have a USB version. I didn't order that one, which I thought would have been nice, but it wouldn't have gotten here in time. That's basically where the base, the part that clamps onto the table, has a USB hub built into it. So that could have been kind of nice to have that go to the test bench and then keyboard and mouse plugged into that. But whatever, this is the one I got. So the 33 pounds is what's kind of nice. And because this is a pneumatic gas arm, you can see right here, it's gonna come with a wrench. So obviously we can increase the tension and decrease the tension. That's beefy though. I haven't seen anything that thick. Okay, so it's not like together, like we had to put it together, I guess, which is kind of nice. Typically they'll come like kind of collapsed and have like a band around it, and then they warn you like, don't just cut it because it'll like pop open and it can like hit you in the face or something. They did have this in white also, but I thought black would be better. Dude, these are beefy. So as you can see, we have the wire channel in here. Not sure which way it comes off. Yeah, it just slides off like this. So this allows us to run any of our cables up through there. You can see the design of it. So it is aluminum, as they say, even though it's heavy for aluminum. And then this one's actually screwed down, interestingly enough, but this is clear. On this one. It's already got a bunch of scuffs and scratches on it, so I would have preferred this actually to just be black like the other one. Why is it screwed down? Whatever. These should be the different mounts available for it. So this is what I was saying. You can actually see this just unscrews right here. So this is where the USB portion goes, and it also has headphone jack in that one. I guess, I wonder if I could buy that part separately, because it's the same exact base, it just has a little blockout plate right there. Okay, and then in this box, okay, so this is the actual mount that goes on the back of the monitor arm. Look at the size of that spring. That is not messing around. But I do need to now kind of look at the manual. Oh, look at that. That's nice, because I was worried about like damaging or scratching up our tables. So it has this felt piece to keep it from like scratching up if you have a nice table or desk. Because obviously if you've got a nice wood table, you're not gonna wanna mar it or scratch it up real bad. Okay, let's RTFM. I guess one of the downsides though is that you have to like fully assemble this yourself. So we have to take our Allen key tapered head. It comes with all of the tools that you would need. So we gotta put these 4 in there. This is gonna give the actual clamp something to mount to. Okay, so you can see we've got these adjustable points in here now. So based on the thickness of your table, these 4 screws, we need to loosen them up a little bit. Kind of like quick release into the plate here. So, like they gotta be loose, but you kind of get the idea. So, there we go. Like that. So I can go in the highest setting because our table is not too thick. But this is kind of awesome though that it gives you such adjustability, because kind of like with our podcast tables, I had to customize and cut our bracket and drill and tap new holes in it because the table was so thick I couldn't get our mic arm or my monitor arm to fit on that, which is holding my little monitor for monitoring the stream and such. So this one, I have a feeling with it at the lowest setting and these backed all the way out, probably would have fit on there without me having to, although this would have cost as much as the monitor I'm using for that live stream, but you kind of get the idea. So once that's together, we can take this guy right here, and this gives us a cover to now be able to run cables through there up into the arm, and then this just quick releases off. So that's, oh, look at that, I didn't even realize it. It even has a holder. So you don't lose the tools that comes with it if you ever need to adjust. That's kind of neat, having this built-in holder on there. Look at that. Okay, so that goes on there like that. Cool. And then we can just tighten that sucker down real quick. Okay, so in the back of the first arm you have to put in, there's these set screws. So you gotta loosen these up. That way they can fully slide down on the arm, which means I gotta loosen these up even more. There. So it has a notch sort of like this, where there's a different thickness, which is narrower, so the set screw fits into there, so it can still turn and rotate, but it won't lift up. Oh, one thing I want to point out too, I don't know if you can see it, the way that the set spring or the set screw works, it's not metal pushing right into here. There's actually a plastic flap that's sticking down, so the set screw is pushing against the flap, so it's giving more contact surface area on the arm when it swivels. So it's not just metal shoving into metal, making scratches and flakes everywhere. It's actually pushing a little plastic piece into the arm. That was very solid. Yeah. That actually is taking a fair amount of force. It's the arm wrestling trainer. That is, anybody want to wake up to that face? So my scale goes to 50 pounds. Oh, it's only coming in at 16 pounds, 12 ounces. So it's half of what the capability of this arm is. So that's good to know. Okay, so we do have screws on here already. It does come with screws also in the kit, but I would recommend using the screws that come with your monitor because they're probably a different thread. So I'm not sure what size screws those are. Those look like they could be M6s, actually maybe M4s. But as you can see, the screws that come with it are not the same as what comes with the kit. Yeah, that also means that the length of the screw is proper and not gonna puncture anything on the inside if they're too long. Fortunately though, most panel manufacturers are smart enough now to leave it fairly hollow behind the VESA mount screws for this very reason. But throwback to any TVs that have probably been ruined or destroyed by not paying attention to the screw depth and then just using the universal ones that come with your TV mount.
Did you mount it upside down? Yeah, you did.
Well, I would have thought that you would want the tabs on the bottom because the weight would be on there. Oh wait, the weight would go on. Okay, yeah, it's, you know. This was like a $1,000 monitor, so I don't want to be. Whoa, whoa, don't. I just took the whole thing off and put it inside now. So this shouldn't be necessary, but I'm having to clean up the threads in here. Because you can see the bolt, as I'm trying to tighten it down, you should not be getting it to go that shiny. It was getting very difficult to actually tighten the bolt down. I was getting kind of worried we were gonna cause some damage. So I'm just sort of cleaning up the threads on here. I'm gonna clean up the threads on the bolt too. But this is an M8 by 1.25 on the thread pitch. But there was a lot of debris in there. Yeah, see, the bolt gets tight. So getting my die on here right now, it is having to really cut the threads back into this bolt. I have a theory that this bolt, once they coated it with whatever's on there, I don't know what the black coating is, it feels like a paint almost. I have a feeling once they put that on there, that is what led to it being too tight of a fit. And then as you're trying to thread it into the mount right there, it's just getting all gummed up inside the threads. So, see that? Wow! It's still gets a little tight right there. This should not be necessary. But look, and then it gets real tight again. Oh my God. Okay, this mount is quickly deserving an F as far as I'm concerned. Their own bolt. So I guess I'm going to tap that even farther down. I'm just going to clean up the threads even farther down than the bolt neck. Yeah, I can see now it's getting, see? Look at that, it's going all the way down now. Oh my goodness. When I have to finish China's machine work. What? It says it right there. Ugh. Wow.
Ta-da.
It's like a monitor boner. Okay, it's definitely too much pressure right now for this panel. So what we want to do now is we want to loosen or go minus on the bracket or on the piston until it starts to sag, and then we can back it off slightly. Almost. Cool. You want it to stay in any position you can put it in. There's something I want to do before I give any final kind of thoughts on this. I have a second one because we have two monitors that need an arm. I want to check the fitment of that bolt and that piece and see if it's kind of the same thing across the board. You should not need to bust out a tap and die kit to clean up the threads on something to make it work out of the box. Okay, so here's the second one. You can see the coated bolt as I mentioned. Dude, it's like so gritty. Yeah, it starts to get really tight. Like, that's already super tight. But it's kind of cutting its own way in there because I'm backing it out slightly. So this one isn't as bad though. The screw is actually able to clearance itself, or the bolt I should say. I couldn't do that on the other one. So the other one did seem to be a little bit more of a one-off. This is still fairly snug. And coming back out, it's even snugger because it's pulling all that debris back through the threads as we're backing out. But without touching the, so if you've ever had something accidentally cold weld, it's always a scary thought when you're backing something out and it's getting tighter as you go. Fun fact, I was working on the suspension on my 350Z a long time ago, changing out bushings, or bushes, depending on where you're from. And I was removing a lower control arm bolt that got tighter and tighter and tighter as I went to remove it until it got stuck about halfway out. Took it to my trusted mechanic and he was like, it cold welded itself. He had to cut it. There was no amount of breaking it loose. The cold welding means the metallurgy actually, the metals fused themselves together and became one piece. Anytime I'm backing something else out and I feel it gets snug, it scares me because I feel like I'm cold welding it. So this one didn't require the tap and die. The other one absolutely did. You saw it was like discoloring the threads. Like it was actually getting like metal built up in the threads and we don't want that. All right, there we go. The second one goes together exactly like the first one, minus the tap and die set. Look, I'm not sure $109 was worth it for this. I only did it because I knew these are heavy monitors and it can hold them. There's other alternatives I would recommend in like half the price. I'll put the links to those down in the description below too. I'm using those actually at home. And I've had no problems with like the $39 and $49 options. But this one will get the job done. It'll clear up some desk space on our tables over here for our test benches as we prepare to move into the Q1 testing era of 2025 with lots of crap needs to be tested. All right, there we go. Like I said, sound off in the comments below if you're using a monitor arm. I think this is like, it's little things like this that can make or break a setup, because getting the space under your monitor back for available usage area, whether it be, I don't know, a sound bar, you could push your keyboard and mouse up out of the way and use your desk for, I don't know, homework, Legos, model building, soldering, whatever. It's just really nice to be able to get the monitor up and out of the way. So there you go. I've been using monitor arms forever. I'm not actually using one here at the studio. I guess I should in my computer upstairs. But at home and stuff, monitor arms are life. Thanks for watching, guys. Links are down below. I'll see you in the next one.